I knew it. I just fucking knew it was going to happen. I called it at the beginning of the year. I said, I don't think these guys have that killer mentality, man. I just don't see it with these kids. They're very lackadaisical, very kind of like, you know, I just don't feel like they give 100% all the time. You know, obviously I'm speaking right after the game, so I'm kind of in my feelings right now. For the people that may not know what I'm talking about, I am talking about the Kentucky-Wisconsin game. I am a die-hard Kentucky fan. I grew up in northern Kentucky. I've been to many, many games. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, my son and I went on a father and son trip to Louisville to watch the Kentucky-Cincinnati game. I go to as many games as I possibly can, especially when they come down here to Georgia. If I have the day off of work, I definitely go to the game. I just love Kentucky basketball, probably more than any other sport out there. You know, I do love the NFL as well. I like my Bengals and all. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love my Bengals. But Kentucky Wildcats, man, they just got a special place in my heart, man. Obviously, due to the fact that they are a winning program. All-time winning this program, to be completely honest with you. You know, they're just it's just a pretty kick-ass program. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of Coach Calipari. You know, which you have every right to be. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's how I always lived and thought things. And, you know, my rule of thumb, I guess. But, you know, with him coming to Kentucky, you really don't have to be that away. You know, all these accusations and whatnots in UMass and then in Memphis and whatever. You know, in Kentucky, you don't have to do that, man. You're going to get the talent. You already have the national spotlight there. You don't have to trick or beat the system. I'm not saying that he did, but I'm just saying, I guess in general, you don't have to do that. So, you know, I love Coach Calipari. I really do, man. This guy has something really special about him, how he's able to take a group of young guys, their first year in college, and do special things with them, man. Go on these runs and taking them to national championships and taking them to Final Fours. I mean, that's just unheard of. And you know what? That's what Duke's doing right now too. Look at Coach K. Coach K did a conference, and they were asking him about it. You know, this one and done. He's like, it's almost the way to go now. You know, and unfortunately, you know, with that mentality, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor, because these big programs like the Dukes, the Kentuckys, North Carolina, Kansas. I can't really think of any other really top program like that. Those are definitely the top ones that come to mind. They're going to get these kids, man. They're going to have that aura about them that's going to gravitate these kids towards their programs, and you know, they're going to have the upper hand. And you know, with these one and dones, man, Coach Cal is just able to work his magic with them, and it looks like Coach K is going to be able to do the same thing. He has a couple kick-ass freshmen over there. Probably going to be the #1 pick and draft pick, but you know what? Kentucky, you know, like I stated before, I just didn't feel like they had that killer mentality, right? Yeah, there were some bad calls. You know, we can argue that on both sides all day long. Yes, I know that there was a shot clock violation, which would have taken 2 points off, would have ultimately had us up by 6, with roughly 3 minutes left to go. You could play a little bit differently. But then again, you can't say that, you know, the one Harrison twin was just fucking running like a chicken with his head cut off, going into the basket trying to force layups, man. It was just awful, man. Some of the stuff they did, it was just fucking awful. And I was furious, man. I'm kicking baskets and shit around the house. My wife's telling me to chill out, you know. I take it serious, man. I mean, I really do love the Kentucky Wildcats, and I expect them to win every year. I'm one of those serious, obnoxious UK fans. But, you know, I got to take your hat off to Wisconsin. They were hungrier, man. They wanted it more. And that's all I could say, man. I mean, they were licking their chops for this opportunity, and the opportunity presented itself, and they, you know, they seized the opportunity. So you got to take your hats off to them. In my opinion, you got a kick-ass championship game that's going to be happening Monday. Duke versus Wisconsin. I mean, these guys are playing on a whole nother level right now at the right time of the year, right? At the end of the year or during national championship or the tournament, you want to be playing your best basketball. And both of these teams are playing their best basketball. There's no question about that if you ask me. Now, wishful thinking, I hope Wisconsin wins, because again, I'm a Kentucky fan, and being a Kentucky fan, you absolutely hate Duke. And I always have a joke for Duke. You can't have Duke without the UK, you know? That Christian Laettner thing. You know what? I hated Christian Laettner until I was seeing that 30 for 30, and then I actually felt kind of bad for the guy because, you know what? Being a competitive person that I am, I would have done the same thing he did. I would have stepped on that motherfucker's face. So as when he explained it, it kind of like all made sense. And wow, this guy ain't too bad after all, but still, nonetheless, he should have been kicked out of the game, and they would have never made that game-winning pass down to, or Grant Hill would have never threw a ball to him, and they would have won the game. So, anyways, that's a whole other story in itself. So, to get back on track, guys, I am disappointed. It sucks. You know, it definitely sucks. We got the #1 recruit class coming in next year, so we'll see how this works out. But this one hurts a little bit more, man, because I thought it was going to be something special. I really did. I thought they were going to be able to do pull that nice little 40-0, you know, national championship, man. I really believe they can do it, but also I did have my doubts as well because they showcased it a lot throughout the year against but much weaker opponents. So I don't know. Write in the comments section below, guys. Let me know what you think. Is your team still in it? Are you a Wisconsin fan? Are you a Duke fan? And also write in the comment section below. Tell me who you think's going to win, because no matter if you're 38-0 and how good you are, doesn't guarantee a win. It doesn't mean you're going to win the game. It just doesn't. Just like this gameplay that you guys are watching here, this had everything to do with the game. You know, Kentucky as well. I felt like they were fitting to each other because, as you guys can see, I'm doing absolutely everything I can to help this team out, and I just was not able to do it. I think I go 35-3, and we still lose the game. So, anyways, that's me just venting a little bit to you guys. Kentucky, I still love you to death. Play us. Till next year, guys. It's your boy Hunting Noobs. I'm out this bitch. Fuck it, I don't even feel like hollering, man. Fucking shit. I'm about to go break something. God damn it.